We have an awesome program for you. We have Brielle and Alex from DroneUp. It's great to see everybody here in Northwest Arkansas, and we really appreciate that you were able to be on site tonight. So over the last 2 years, we've seen Bentonville and all of Northwest Arkansas fast forward. And one of the areas that we've seen really accelerate is aerial mobility. So with that, I'd love to have you give a warm welcome to Brielle and Alex. Thanks so much.
And I apologize, there should have been Alex's picture on there as well, but you have him in the flesh. So here he is. This is Alex from DroneUp.
Hot mic.
To reintroduce ourselves, I'm Brielle Giordano. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Strategy at DroneUp. And this is Alex Buckley, and he is the Director of Hub Services at DroneUp.
Yep, delivery and hub solutions.
We're going to give you a little bit more about drones, what drones can do, the benefits of drones, and then we're also going to go a little bit more specifically into our delivery services. With that, let me see if I can get this up. That's our introductions. That's who we are. But first, we want to tell you a little bit more about DroneUp. DroneUp started in 2016. We've partnered with Walmart, which is right down the street. We have some locations here in Arkansas that we're doing delivery. And we're doing we're a technology company who really was focused on drone services, drone delivery, and also airspace as well. A little bit more about us, right? We have over 22,000 pilots. We have about over 100,000 hours flown, nationwide coverage. We are doing flight services, delivery services, and like I mentioned as well, with our air map services, we have hours on our platform too.
And so what I'll say about the flight services, think of it kind of like the Uber for flight services. And those flight services are services like cell tower inspections, roof inspections, site mapping, any of those common drone services that you would think of today. Yeah, a little bit different than Uber. It's not on demand right now. Each job that we do for those types of services, they really require some back and forth between us and a customer, kind of understand the project and what are the needs. But our technology on that side of ordering is improving too, but today it is a little bit of back and forth for some of these more complex jobs.
Yep, and just bringing the ecosystem together. So think of this as the one-stop shop essentially to, hey, I need a drone here, or the services do this, and we bring all that together for our customers. Awesome. Moving along of the growth of the drone industry, I'll just make sure it's all here first. There's some drones here we're showing. Drones come in all different shapes and sizes. By a show of hands, does anybody here use drones? Wow, we have a lot.
Does anyone use drones for their business? Okay.
A good amount too, all right. So as you know, there are different drones, they come in all different sizes, right? Shapes and sizes, there's different purposes for different drones. We use different drones with our business, as I'm sure you've seen different drones too. We're gonna go into specifics on these drones too. Just here's some different showing. Oh. Yeah. All right. This is just showing the drone industry, right? What we're seeing here is showing that there's significant growth in 2022 and the forecast for this year. As we know, the drone industry is growing, but right now, into the future, there's a lot more you can do with drones, and we're gonna go into those specifics too with you today. There are different types of drones, which we're gonna show some of them right here. The multi-rotor drones.
So multi-rotor drones being anything from quadcopters, which would be those inspection type drones, as well as octocopters. So this is the drone that we use today for Walmart last mile delivery. And it is an octocopter, so it's got 8 rotors on it. This drone's actually transitioning out this month with a newer version of this. It's a little bit more efficient, flies farther distances, has a little bit more capability to it.
Sorry, everyone, I'm having difficulties with the...
It's okay. Next would be fixed-wing drones.
There we go.
Fixed-wing drones, as you can see, kind of a mini airplane model. This would be something that our friends at Zipline use in Pea Ridge. So, and with these, they're much more efficient in the regard of, they can fly, some of these fixed wings can fly, over 100 miles easy to drop their payload or capture any kind of data.
Then we have single rotor drones.
Single rotor drone is more or less a helicopter drone, so single rotor on it. Still more efficient than the quadcopter, octocopter.
And then transitional.
Lastly, transitional, which would be what we call VTOL, so vertical takeoff and lift. So as we progress with drone delivery, it's important for us to have both this, the ability to do vertical takeoff and landing because, well, with quadcopters or any kind of rotorcraft, you are much more nimble. So if we think about suburban and urban areas where we make delivery, it's important for us to be nimble versus having a fixed wing where the aircraft continues moving, so it's not as precise in making deliveries such as one of these. But with this hybrid model, you do get the best of both worlds, that you can take off vertically and then glide to your destination, enables farther distance.
I think what's also really neat about the different drones, and we were talking about this before too, and we talk about it a lot, right, is what you can do with drones, right? And all of the benefits that come from drones, right? And sometimes we think of different use cases, sometimes you see different use cases, and there's definitely different use cases in the media and different perceptions, but the good that drones are doing. And that's really what we're trying to drive home as well, is the good of drones, right? And how bringing that together with technology and really enabling us to bring value to different purposes, right? And we'll talk through those as well, the benefits, but there's different drones that can drive that for you.
So some of the industries that we work in and support, it ranges everything from residential realty, just doing simple marketing videos, to commercial realty, doing also marketing videos, also doing property inspections, roof inspections, pavement condition analysis, in the construction world doing construction monitoring, so that you can see the progression throughout the process, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 construction. Infrastructure and utilities, everything from power lines, beyond public safety being, we've got the ability to, well, drones in general have the ability to do rapid deployment in case there is an emergency, whether it be a hurricane like Hurricane Ian, or if there is an event that happens, let's say at a Walmart store or something like that, where we could react to it in a quick manner. Maritime, think any kind of offshore inspections, places that are hard to get to, and inspecting boats. Those are much more challenging to inspect with just a person looking at the side of a boat versus a drone that can do it in a much more efficient manner. And then insurance too, which goes back to any kind of disaster assessments, looking at roofs and properties in real time the day after a storm or any kind of event, so that these insurance companies can see actually what the impact was of that weather.
I think really too, summarizing the slide, right, is saying that you can do a lot more at scale safely, right? And that's tying it all together. And there's some use cases here, as I'm sure you've heard of other use cases too, right? But really what it can do is hone in on improving spend, scaling, and capturing that as well. And moving a little bit into delivery solutions that we have. I think this is maybe what we're known for in this area with our hubs out of Walmart. But Alex, take it away a little bit more into the delivery solutions.
Yes, has anyone here tried DroneUp delivery in Bentonville? I'm not sure where all you people are coming from, but has anyone? Show of hands? No? Hey, you guys need to come over to my house.
We have one,
I get it all
two.
the time. I get it. Yeah.
All right, we have a lot of opportunity.
So we are scaling. So Northwest Arkansas, we have 3 hubs. We've got another that just opened in Virginia. So we are in this phase where we're starting to scale, but we're still, it's a very, very iterative approach today. So we do deliver for retail, Walmart being our partner with that, Walmart being largely responsible for our growth nationally as we move across 7 markets this year. Food and beverage is not too far off from retail, right? That's getting your food delivered from point A to point B, and then medical being on campus, the large hospital campuses doing intra-campus delivery, but then also this really enables a greater outpatient experience. So delivering from the hospital to an outpatient, from a pharmacy to an outpatient, or maybe delivering from a lab or an equipment, a medical equipment company to the hospital when in very urgent times. Then brand activations too. We do a lot of work with, given our partnership with Walmart, we do a lot of work with suppliers on new brand activation in new innovative ways that they want to see products get delivered to customers' homes.
And this is talking to our Walmart drone delivery. I don't know if we can play that slide here from this. Oh, yeah, perfect.
We showing the video?
Yeah, let's
We're doing the video.
Yeah.
If we can get it going.
Yeah, maybe. Sorry. Thanks. I figured that was easier to see it, right? And Alex has more that he'll show as well. We can see some footage directly from his house, which is even more interesting, I'm sure, for everybody. But just kind of showing what we have today, right? So there's 3 hubs that are established. We've been operating since November of 2021. We're planning on opening 31 more locations by 2023. And different items from Walmart will be delivered via drone of what you just saw. And the average delivery is under 30 minutes, which we're very proud of on the delivery time.
So I'll walk everyone through the delivery process as it is today. So the way we operate today is, think of it kind of this Instacart model. So when a customer goes to DroneUpDelivery.com, they enter their address. If their address is verified as being within the deliverable area, then they have an access to shop the site. Once they build their basket and they hit complete order, we receive that order. We are going in, we go into the store, we pick the items, we purchase the items, we bring them back out, we load them, and then we ship them to the customer's home. So it's a little bit this Instacart model today that will very well change over the next, let's say, 6 months, even, into infinity, this experience. But today, if you want to go to the next slide, I'll walk you through the customer or the delivery experience today. So with the order and fulfillment, we bring the items back to the hub, and we will pack them in this box that you see here, and we'll load them onto this cage. And at this time, we will also put together a flight plan, which tells us that the drone, the aircraft's going from this hub to that customer's home, and we do smart routing on it too to make sure we're not going any no-fly zones. We don't fly over hospitals or schools or any areas with large congregations of pedestrians or anything like that. So once we go into flight, here in Bentonville, so unmanned aircraft under Part 107 need to be under 400 feet. But here in Bentonville, with the Bentonville Municipal Airport, we are really limited to 125 feet. So we will cruise at 125 feet to a customer's home. These drones cruise anywhere between 25 and 30 miles per hour. So the actual capability of the drone, I think, is between 55 and 60 miles per hour, but we do keep it safe in that 25 to 30 range. Once we get to the customer's home, if you want to go to the next slide, At that point, we will descend down to 80 feet, and we will, so I missed something here. So we do, in flight, we do have cameras on our drone. So I know that's probably a big question some people had. Do you have cameras on your drone? We do. We've got a forward-facing camera, downward-facing camera. These are low-res cameras. We don't do any recording. It's really for us to identify anything that's in the airspace and to deconflict the airspace in case there were to be something like that. Once we reach the point of delivery, we've got the downward-facing camera, and at that point, the pilot can see where to drop the package. So just make sure it's not going to drop into a swimming pool or on a trampoline or anything like that. So it's usually a very, very open part of the yard. Then you can kind of see pictures here of the smart routing where we have no-fly zones, which are in red, and we do circumvent those. So once we do get to the point of delivery, we'll drop to 80 feet. The package will deploy on a smart winch, so it drops at a controlled speed, and that's even improving too. So the future of this winch, we use LiDAR on the drone, so the drones know how high they are above ground, and it's a smart winch too, so it knows how much is despooling for this. So when it gets down to about 75 feet, it'll actually slow down and make a very easy drop for the package. This drone has a cage on it, so when the drone hits the ground, it releases the package, and that cage goes back up into the drone. And at that point, the drone returns back to its hub. With the drone that we are transitioning in replace of this, we'll have a totally different winch system, smarter winch system, and it has more of a claw system. So having a claw that picks up packages, anything with a handle, more or less, enables us to do different variable size packaging. So not just this single box that fits onto this particular cage. And then the drone returns to the hub. So one thing I didn't mention though was, how far can you deliver? Well, today it's 1 nautical mile. And it's not just a perfect circle of the radius of 1 nautical mile. So 1 nautical mile is 1.15 miles. There are no-fly zones. Here in Bentonville, we really can't fly south of 8th Street due to the airport. So each market we move into, we're going to have different airspace restrictions. In a market like Farmington, we really do have a lot of leeway and fly wherever we'd like other than schools and maybe some other medical facilities there. But today's 1.15 miles, 1 nautical mile. Eventually, we move past that. I think Brielle will talk a little bit about that at the end of this, is some of the challenges that we face today. Here we have another video. I made this video in my backyard.
Can we go to it or no? Is it?
So we had a video contest, and I'll just show you a little bit what the experience was and what drone delivery can be used for anybody that needs something now, right? So customers today ordering a lot of food from us, but really what we lend ourselves to are urgent care, personal care, baby care, those types of items, household goods too. You need those items, you need them right now. So I think this is what this video kind of represents.
We can talk to it as well. I mean, we showed the other one before, but essentially it's
I know
his backyard.
This one had some stock dubstep in it too, and I'm not sure we want to share that.
All right. So basically it's Alex's backyard, and it comes down and drops the box in the backyard, kind of similar to what we've seen before too.
As I'm seasoning my food, so I'm right in the middle of something and I need an ingredient right now, and the drone comes to my backyard. This is not a plug for a Big Green Egg, although they are nice.
And what are the benefits, right? We talked about retail, brand activation, medical, and food and beverage. Really, we were talking about reducing that operational cost, scaling as well, providing that quick solution, right? It's quick, it's something that you can do the same every time with accuracy too. Land in that right location, better quality as well, and really food and beverage, there's a lot of different use cases where tamper-free, right? With technology, we're enhancing what we're able to do with drones.
Yeah, food and beverage is an interesting one. So if there's any cold foods, think ice cream, really hot foods like French fries or fried chicken, those things that really degrade in temperature really quickly. We've got the ability to mitigate that risk for that food. So that is something that we're working our way into. It's outside of Walmart or retail delivery today. But tamper-free is certainly something that's been called out for DoorDash and Uber Eats, that people are receiving these items and they have been tampered with. So it's certainly a safer method.
And what's ahead of us, right? Continued growth. We certainly plan on growing and moving into different industries as well. As we mentioned here, as other drone industries have, drone companies have different services and moving into different industries. Regulation changes. This is something we're really looking forward to at DroneUp, is as we continue to progress, and as our competitors do, they're also our partners, because we all grow together, right, in this industry. We really see them as helping out the industry so that we can all do stuff together and help move this regulation ahead, so that we can partner and all have benefits from this industry to provide. Broader acceptance, this is something too with community acceptance of showing the good of drones, right? And this is really the importance here of there's all these great things that drones can do, and the safety that we are using right now and being precautious of everything that we're doing and bringing that together. And then also with technology advancements as well of what else we can do and bring through drones.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that the technology advancements and automation will take down a lot of barriers on the regulation side. So as we have better sensory technology, better tracking capabilities, better drones, more reliable drones. I mean, they are very reliable today, but even more reliable is what sways FAA regulations in the future. So those are things we're working through. And of course, broader acceptance too. I mean, there's, 2 people in the room here that have gotten drone delivery. So we certainly have a lot of education to customers. And some people, it's so new. Hearing the sound in the sky, it's different. You can identify the sound of a weed eater, you can identify the sound of a lawnmower, but if you hear a drone in the sky, you know that that's a drone. But, if you have a keen ear, then I suppose, yes, but that's something that you don't hear on a regular basis. Maybe if you live in Bentonville, you do, but you certainly will more and more in the future.